Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Aviary Attorney. And we have done Act 2. Now it is time to move on. It is time for Act 3. Let us continue. Do I remember the July Revolution? Of course, how could I ever forget? The chanting, the violence, the smell of gunpowder. The 3 glorious days. Is that cutscene? Okay. Oh, it's the revolution going on. Lots of violence, fighting. Sniper! Oh. Someone shot the barrel and it blew up. Act 3, The Sleeping City. Esparison. I can't believe he's skipping work again. I swear, if I find that moping bird at the Cano Joyo... No, I don't want to get drunk at the pub again, come on. Finally, good morning, Falcon. Mornings. No, wait, it's 2 in the afternoon. That means the official greeting is, where the hell have you been, lazy bones? It's far too early for this level of roasting. Past the Cabernet Sauvignon. No way. We've got important business to discuss, and I can't do that if you're half drunk. Mon Dieu, give me a break. I haven't had a good night's sleep since the trial. Something on your mind? Actually, yeah. It's what the Wolf Judge said about a revolution. Sure, I'll get... That guy was off his rocker. And besides, if we worried about every potential French revolution, we'd never get any work done at all, am I right? Yeah, maybe you're right. Worrying doesn't do us any good. Tell me about the important business you wanted to discuss. Oh yeah, the business. A letter. This one's from the Paris Police Department. A fancy wax seal and everything. That is indeed a fancy seal. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honours. Alright. Monsieur Falcon, meet me on the rooftop cafe opposite the Place de la Bastille. I have a proposal. Regards, Inspector Valerti. Oh, that's the guy we see in the courtrooms. That's it. How terse. Valerti's letter has been added to your evidence folder. A proposal from the inspector. That is interesting. Do you have any idea what sort of proposal he has in mind? No clue. So, we're going to go meet him and find out? Might as well. I don't know what sort of proposal the inspector has in mind, but we'd be foolish to reject it without even hearing him out. Grab your coat. Alright, no dilly-daddying, I like it. Before I forget, I need to drop by the hospital at some point. What did you eat this time? No, it's not like that, well, not entirely. I need to pay for the bill for my last visit. Oh, that's reasonable. Sure, we can pay a visit, but the inspector's call should take priority, I think. Okay, so our options, well, go back to the office or go to Place de la Bastille, which, yeah, let's go. Okay, Sparrowson's shivering. It's far too cold to be meeting on a rooftop cafe. Why couldn't the inspector have chosen a comfier location? Rooftops are quite good if you want to have a nice private chat. No one can get to you. Who knows? Maybe the inspector likes the view because it reminds him of his days guarding the old Bastille under the ancient regime. Wait, you think the inspector worked here during the ancient regime? Do you think that's how he got his war wounds? It was a joke. I'm pretty sure the inspector isn't that old. Oh, whoa, it's Kokoriko. Severin, what are you doing here? Settle down, JJ. Just like you, I was invited here by the inspector. What could he want with the 3 of us? It's highly unusual for the lawyers and the police of France to collaborate. The inspector probably has a big investigative role that requires all hands on deck. A big investigative role sounds juicy. Oh, by the by, did you hear what happened to Judge Romulus? What was that? He escaped from prison before we could even try him. Rumour has it that the wolf bribed his jailkeeper and then fled for the hills. So he escaped justice, for now, but don't fret, nobody manages to escape the long arm of the law forever. We'll have to see. Speaking of which, there he is. Good, you're all here. Excuse me, monsieur. Monsieur, Mr. Inspector Valerti, sir. Falcon and I are wondering, did you get your injuries while defending the old Bastille prison? Seriously, don't drag me into this, you fool. I was joking. You impudent whelps, I'm not that old. I sustained these injuries when in the July Revolution 18 years ago. I was a Royal Guard, just a lonely peon. The air was thick with gunpowder and blood. Oh great, now you've set him off. We were given the order to charge at the rebel barricade. My comrades and I fastened our bayonets. Suddenly, boom, without warning, a gunpowder keg exploded. My comrades were dead and I was heavily wounded. We saw that on the video. This is significant. When I looked up, I saw a looming figure standing between the gargoyles and Notre Dame. It was the Viridian Killer himself. This is a fascinating story, Inspector, but perhaps you could tell us why we're here? Oh yeah, right, of course. Why we're here. What I'm about to tell you is to remain strictly confidential, you understand. It's a matter of national security. As you've probably heard, France is under a threat from a certain heinous group. Hipsters. It's revolutionaries. Yeah, indeed. Rebels. There's a storm brewing in the shadows of Paris. We, the Paris Police Department, have known about it for months, no years. In every tavern and on every street corner, people talk of organising protests and overthrowing the government. The king has ordered for public gatherings to be dispersed and newspapers to be censored, but the whispers of dissent remain. No surprise there, if you take away the angry citizens' ability to speak, they will just get even angrier. This is true. That is a good point. Indeed, that's why it's of paramount that we find and strike at the heart of the rebel group as soon as possible. For that, I need your help. What do you want us to do? Interview citizens, scout locations, find the secret rebel meeting location that has escaped the eyes of the police. We got any leads? Just one. We know that the rebels are having weapons supplied to them by a crooked merchant who's only referred to as the Croque Monsieur. Like a sandwich? What? The Croque Monsieur is a hot sandwich. Cheese, ham, a little bechamel, throw on some peppers if it's Friday night. It's got nothing to do with sandwiches. Croque Monsieur is the alias of an accomplished and notoriously dangerous arms dealer. In any case, that's everything the Parisian police know. That's everything. That's all you have to demonstrate after years of tracking? Didn't like that. Naturally, as a public prosecutor, it's my duty to help the police with their investigative work. I would be honoured to lend any and all assistance. You suck up. That's good to hear, Monsieur Cocorico, but what about you, Falcon? Well, to be honest, Inspector, I don't quite understand why you're asking me. I'm a private defence attorney. I work for citizens who get stuck in legal trouble. Rebel hunting isn't quite my forte. You want to know why I'm asking you? Look around you, Falcon. We're surrounded by corruption and incompetence. The judges are bloodthirsty wolves, the jailers are thieving ravens, and the National Guard are sitting ducks. Look at the slackers and dullards who supposedly protect and serve the country. Nobody cares about justice anymore. You saw my shameful despite the previous trials. Those are the results I produced with imbeciles to assist me. But you three, you care. Falcon, I saw you defending Dame Cataline and Prince Juan. I heard of your escapades around the city, frantically collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. Frankly, you did more investigative work over the last month than I've seen any policeman do in a year. Not including myself, of course. But Dame Cataline, it doesn't matter. You have passion and conviction, and you aren't a total bird brain. By my book, that makes you a fantastic investigator, even that is not in your job description. What do you say? Do you want to sit in your office, twiddling your thumbs until another pointless job falls into your lap? Or do you want to take the opportunity to do something great and help us track down the animals who wish to do harm to our glorious nation? I should go for it, I suppose. I would be honoured to help my country. Consider us on board. Excellent, just what I wanted to hear. I had no idea you were such a patriot, JJ. I'm not. There's nothing wrong with a little national pride. Yeah, pride is fine and all, but do we get any compensation? We're all about the money. Of course, here's 50 francs. You receive another 50 upon the completion of your work. 50, that's not actually much. We're being undersold. Hush, Sparrowson, this is a great opportunity. I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. You already have all the key facts of the investigation. Find the elusive Croque Monsieur. Find where the rebels are congregating. Those are your 2 tasks. I will check up on your progress in 3 weeks' time. See what you can accomplish by then. I'll be doing my own independent investigation into the rebel group, JJ. I suppose this is a competition. Try to keep up. Don't make me laugh, Severin. I'll have all the rebel leaders behind bars before you even have your first suspect. Come on, Sparrowson. We have a croque monsieur to hunt. Or is it croquet? I'm going with croc. I don't know. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I knew a little competition would kick those bird brains into gear. Well, Inspector, this has been a productive meeting. I should probably start my investigation into the croque monsieur too. Not so fast. There's something else. Oh, what have they got going on that we haven't? Well, there's all kinds of places. New day, January 26th. 3 weeks. Well, we got loads of options. Okay, so we got Palais de Louvre, Bibliothèque, Palais de Justice, the Chocolate Emporium, the Happy Bird. Okay, the Fox. Baron Ragoy. We really want to go back there. Okay. The Conciergerie Prison. The halls, they're free to visit. The Pont des Arts, newly built bridge. And the hospital. We did promise that we would go to the hospital. So, yeah, each one of these takes up a whole day. I know I've got 3 weeks to fill, which is huge. Also, I'm aware this game, there is an Act 4, and there are 3 different versions of Act 4 depending on what evidence you have and how you do later in the game. So this act is actually quite important. We're going to see how we get on. Let's go to the hospital. We promised that we'd pay that bill. Alright. At the hospital. There he is, Sparrowson. Go ahead. Say what you need to say. Excuse me, Dr. Fulret. I just wanted to thank you for, giving me an antidote and making me well and stuff. No trouble at all. Sparrowson, wasn't it? Of course. There is the small matter of the debt. Right. Let's see. 1 hospital bed. 1 dose of specialised antidote. Expert medical care from the attending physician. The total comes to 500 francs! That's quite a lot. Falcon, can I get an advance on this month's pay and the next month's and maybe the month after's? Calm down. I'm sure the doctor's a reasonable man. He will surely allow you to pay in instalments. Of course. Thank goodness. With my current wages, I should be able to fully pay off my debt by the 20th century. Hey, your pay isn't that bad. Now, there's no need for quibbling. I have a suggestion. You messieurs are lawyers, yet. If you do some pro bono work for me, I may be able to knock the bill down a little. Maybe to say 100 francs. That sounds much more manageable. What kind of legal work do you have in mind? Debt collection. It does sound time consuming, but I've got to knock down that bill. That actually sounds fun. It would be a nice change from all this croque monsieur nonsense. Don't say that word out loud. Give us the details, Doctor. There's a man I treated for a small injury a couple of years ago. He's been evading my attempts at collecting on his bill ever since. I wouldn't normally pursue medical bills so aggressively, but I know that the man is a successful inventor. He can easily afford to front the bill. I would greatly appreciate it if you would pay him a visit and strong-arm him into loosening his purse strings. Well, I'm not making any promises, but maybe we can swing by the inventor's house if we have a free minute. Thanks, Falcon. And thank you, Doctor. We will dedicate every waking moment to collecting this debt. Wait, I didn't agree to that. Every waking moment. Okay, so that's a little mission for us. And there goes a date. Oh, we've only got 3 weeks to do this. So, shall we continue with this? Shall we see the inventor? Yeah, let's keep going. Let's get this out of the way. I wanna see this inventor guy. Come in, it's Gustave. Are you Monsieur Gustave Trouvé? I am, and you are... Lawyers, let's talk. Cough up, scumbag, let's talk. We're lawyers, sent on behalf of Dr. Fulret. We're here to collect a debt that you owe. It's time to pay up, monsieur. Oh mon dieu, I completely forgot about that. Listen, I'll be happy to pay, but it looks like I don't quite have enough money on hand. What to do? What to do? I know, I've got a brand new invention that will blow the doctor's socks off. It's a device that will completely revolutionise the surgical field. I imagine the doctor would prefer hard cash over a gadget. No, trust me. This baby will easily be worth 10,000, no, 100,000 francs. The doctor will love it. Alright, hand the device over and I'll pass it along to Dr. Fulret straight away. Well, it's not that simple. The device isn't finished. It's not finished? I know exactly what needs to be done, but I'm also missing some crucial parts. Perhaps, if you had some time to spare, could you help me out, run out and collect what I need? No, monsieur, that's absurd. If we have shopping to do, do it yourself. Falcon, please, help the man. I can't spend the rest of my life in debt. Everyone's in debt, don't worry about it. Alright, no need to get panicky. We'll hear the man out at least. Great, I'll take notes. What is it that you need? Let's see. I need a copper pot. As in like a saucepan? What on earth for? Should I take notes? Let me find a pen. I need to jot this down. So we need like... this pen ain't working. 1 copper pot. I'm legitimately writing that down on paper. Okay. It's a necessary component of my invention. I can use it to build a portable electric battery. Oh, nice. You see, when the zinc rod is suspended in sulfuric acid accompanied by copper surface, a current is generated. Save me your scientific mumbo-jumbo. 1 metal pot should be trivial to acquire. 1 copper pot. It's got to be copper. Oh, the copper pot is important. I wonder where we could find one of those. I've seen copper kettles at the whole market, although those things aren't cheap. I can't help but feel I saw a copper pot somewhere else. That could be important. What else? String. Higher grade string to bind some components on the device together. Okay. I'm writing that down as well. High grade string. Because I know later on I can just bet that you're going to get the option, oh, do you want the copper pot or the steel pot? And then you have to remember and make the decision. So I've written that down. Seems simple enough. I imagine the market would have that in abundance. Can we really afford to blow our whole budget on the market? Surely there's a cheaper way to acquire string. Look, I have a loose thread on my jacket. Have that. The string must be higher quality than that, monsieur. I need something that's fishing line grade. Fishing line. Oh, maybe fishing. I'm writing that down as well. Fishing line. And there is that not fisherman person on the bridge. Gotcha. Is there anything else you wanted? Some books, confectionaries, alcohol, groceries perhaps? No, that's everything. Alright, I've got it all written down, and so have I. Shopping list has been added to your evidence folder. What? So even after all that? Oh, I proper wrote that down, and now... Oh well, at least I got it as a backup. Okay, we came here to collect a debt and left with a shopping list. Yeah, we kinda did. We're gonna follow through and get Monsieur Trouvé's items, right? We'll see. Okay, that's another day gone. January the 28th. Okay, so we got Lecoq's. Let's check that out. Cocks being chickens, right? And there's an exclamation mark, so that doesn't come off my daily allowance. So let's check this out. What's this? It's Cocorico. What a view. You can see the July column so clearly from up here. Ah, Cocorico, you're already here. You have news about Croque Monsieur, or is this about the other matter? Oh, what's the other matter? Here you go. As requested, the full register of those who entered Paris Law School and a full list of graduates. Oh, someone... Is it another lawyer? It better not be me. So, could you please tell me what this is about, Inspector? What exactly are you looking for? Look at this list of graduates. Do you see any names you recognise? Well, I see my own. Class of 1837. And I see that moronic prosecutor, Rupert Rabington, under the class of 1846. And there's J.J. Fankin's name, under 32. Very good. Now take a look at the register from 1829. See anything amiss? Well, I don't see J.J.'s name, but I'm not quite sure what that implies. The explanation is simple. J.J. Fankin changed his name sometime between 29 and 32, right around the time of the July Revolution. And why would he do that? Why indeed? Monsieur Cocorico, you and I are roosters. We are birds of justice, birds of French national pride. But Falcon, he's a bird of prey. It is in his very nature to draw his talons and lash out at those around him. I've got no doubt when the pressure rises, he shows his true colours. I'm not sure if I agree with your personality assessment, Inspector. I've always suspected that JJ was a buffoon, an imbecile, and a troglodyte, but never would I describe him as a person of malice. Time will tell. Do you need me for anything else, Inspector, or shall I continue my investigation into the Croque Monsieur? One more thing. Take this? Giving him a gun? A pistol? No thank you. These are dangerous times. You face a violent threat. You cannot hope to defend yourself with that riding crop of yours. I'm well aware. I just find those ghastly things tend to escalate situations rather than mitigate them. That's what everyone says during peacetime. Take it. Thank me for when it saves your hide. Fine, I'll keep hold of it. Well, Monsieur Kokoriko, you've been most helpful. I'm doing my duty. Good day. One thing that wasn't mentioned on that list was Sparrowson. I like my crazy twists. They mentioned Rupert Rabbington and Sparrowson was supposed to be the same year. So, he wasn't mentioned. I'm just mentioning it that now. If that shows up later, I'm going to look really clever. Otherwise, I'm talking shit. Okay, what have we got? We don't need to go to the inventor because we've not got his stuff yet. The halls is good for shopping. Maybe I'll go to the halls if I don't find them anywhere else. Let's go to the bridge. Maybe I can get some fishing wire. Pont des Arts. There we go. There's my dude. Well. If it isn't the rude lawyers, this guy saved my life. I owe him a little bit. You owe me, big guy. Yeah, I do. I owe you. Yep, my fishing line snapped when I dragged you out of the water the other day. I had to buy a new reel. The way I see it, you owe me 2 francs for the fishing line and 1 million francs for saving your life. I don't have 1 million and 2 francs. Really? But you look so bourgeois. Alright, I'll tell you what. 2 francs for the line and we'll call it even. Yeah, fair enough. Here's 2 francs. Consider it a gift of gratitude for saving my life. Much thanks, monsieur. Why are you here? Why are we here? Oh yeah, I got some questions. Have you heard... Oh, how's the fishing? Let's go for it. Let's butter him up. Caught anything good? Today? Not a kipper. This new fishing line is really good, but I've run out of good bait, so it's practically useless by itself. That's quite an issue. Hey Falcon, do you think that fishing line would work as the high-grade string Monsieur Trouvé wanted? It might. So Monsieur Kingley, since you aren't catching anything, would it be possible for us to take that new fishing line off your hands? Sure, what's it worth? Didn't we already go over the fishing line payment business? Yeah, but that was compensation for the old one. If you want to buy the new one, that's a whole separate matter. Also, I saved your life, remember? And I was polite enough not to rub that in your face much. Fine, how much did the new line cost? 10. There's no way that line cost 10 francs. You're right, it cost 1. But I had a little markup. That's obscene. I guess it is a bit. I'll tell you what, if you can provide me with some killer bait, I'll give you the line for free. Killer bait, like worms? Sure, worms, sweets, whatever. What'll it be? Do you have some bait or shall we pay him? Let's just buy it. Just give me. I'm done playing stupid run and fetch quest nonsense. Here's 10 francs. I'm sure it's cheaper than the shopping arcade. Excellent. Here's your line. Fishing line has been added to your evidence folder. Wait, hold on. No, I've got no fishing line or bait. I didn't think the deal through. Oh well. Can I help with something else? Have you heard of the Croque Monsieur? Tell me. A man called the Croque Monsieur. Nope, doesn't ring any bells. That's a strange name though. Did the man name himself after a sandwich? Or was the sandwich named after him? I've got absolutely no idea. I can only aspire to have a sandwich named after me one day. The Sparrowson. Thick slices of white bread, mayonnaise, cheese, chicken, bacon, slices of sausage, and honey glazed ham. Stop it. You'll give us all heart attacks. Okay, we're good. I think we're done. Happy fishing, and we got the fishing line. Bye bye, Monsieur Fisherman. Hey, you know how to be called that. Okay. It's January the 29th. My investigation has gone nowhere. We should go... I want to go to the tavern. Taverns are traditionally good places to find stuff out, yeah? So let's do that. No drinking. Bad Falcon. Calm down, I'm just here for information. Taverns are the first place to go to moan about the government, therefore they're perfect rebel breeding grounds. Makes sense. Oh, it's Cornell, the owner. It's you two. What will it be today, wine or beer? I'm afraid it's just questions, Val. Madame Cornell. We're looking for a man called the Croque Monsieur. Have you seen him? That name doesn't sound familiar at all. Have you heard of any of your patrons bad-mouthing the government? Of course. This is a tavern, hun. If people couldn't come here to grope and talk politics, where else could they go? This is true. Anyone stood out, though? Well. Oh, she's whispering. Just between you and me. The pair on the drinking floor have been acting very shifty. I'm not saying they are or aren't rebels, but they're doing far too much talking and not enough drinking, if you know what I mean. I think I do. Thank you, madame. Let's see, where to go? Let's go to the... Yeah, let's go to the drinking room. What's good, what's good? These guys. And that's when Mademoiselle told me to put the order in. No idea where she's gonna keep him though. Piero, you know that she hates being called Mademoiselle. You're gonna get stuck with guard duty again. Alright, you are. The Madame, it is then. Wait, she ain't married, is she? Why have I got to call her Madame? Why don't you ask her yourself? No way. She'd straight up eat me alive if I asked that directly. Wait, hush up. Do you smell that? It smells like... eavesdroppers! Can I help you, monsieur? Yes, I don't know. Should we go straight to it? Oh, let's get involved in the conversation. What were you two just talking about just before we rudely interrupted? Well, I'd like to include you on our conversation, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think that's any of your business. Ooh. Let's back off. Let's back off. Quite alright, no harm done. Have you heard of the croque monsieur? Falcon, wait. There's a slight chance that these guys might be rebels, yeah? So if we ask directly, they might be scared off. Good point. I'll try and keep it subtle. Where did you get that swanky hat? Oh yeah, this whole thing? It's just a regular cat I bought from... Oh man, someone finally noticed me awesome hat. I've waited years for someone to notice it. Look at this thing. Who's a pretty potty? I'm the prettiest potty. Anyways, I bought it from Mademoiselle in the hole. I think the shop was called the Ruse Odds and Ends or some such. Fantastic. Thank you, monsieur. Nice, Falcon. Now you can buy a swanky hat too. But we're no closer to uncovering the mystery of the croque monsieur. Oh, right. Tell me about the rifle. There was a sniper on that video earlier. I see you're carrying a rifle, evidently. Who manufactured it? Ah, good question. See, most hunters out here are carrying old French, is it Charleville? But this beauty is something special. See, it's American from the Springfield Armory, model 1812, percussion lock firing mechanism. An American musket, you say? That's certainly quite special. It must have been hard to procure. It's true that you can't buy guns of this quality from standard street sellers, but if you know the right people, please, go on. Well, what do you think? Okay, listen carefully. You didn't hear it from me. But to meet the croque monsieur, we didn't bring that guy up. This guy knows. Actually, it would be foolish of me to explain in public. It would be much easier if you just take this. The Book of Judges. What is this, some kind of law book? The book's subject is not important, just take it. I see. It's the Book of Judges of the Bible. Old Testament stories of God smiting people and stuff. I appreciate the gift, monsieur, but I'm not religious. Nor am I. Just take the book, you idiot. Even I'm saying it before the parrot does. Bible books are what we use to pass around them code phrases, don't we? Code phrases. Why are you so stupid, Falcon? Piero, please, I'm trying to be low-key, and I can't do that if you're mouthing off with that big beak of yours. Right, you are. Try and forget what my friend said. Just, with a little searching, and with the contents of that good book, you should be able to get what you desire. Is that a religious metaphor? No, monsieur. I'm being very literal. That's cool. That's a good bit of evidence. Well, thank you very much for the gift, monsieur. But to be honest, I've got no idea how this is supposed to lead me to our gun salesman. I see. Well, I hear there's an excellent friar who performs Bible readings at Notre Dame Cathedral. Perhaps if you show the man your new book, he'll be able to find you a particularly spiritual passage. Are you sure this isn't a religious metaphor? I feel like you're trying to convert me. I assure you, I'm as secular as they come, monsieur. Friar at Notre Dame Cathedral. Thank you, monsieur. I'll make a note. Was there something else you wanted? Nah, that was cool. Thank you for your assistance, monsieur. It's nothing. Get out of here. You two seem like decent fellows. You shouldn't get involved in this rebellion business. Just do whatever you need to do with the croque monsieur and get out of Paris. That's what a smart person would do. I appreciate the advice, monsieur. Right, entrance. Are we ready to hit the road? Let's go. Yep, let's make a move.